love that intro.
That is radical. Why am I the main focus right now?
Shut up. We're off to a good start. Bam! What's doing, guys? Back with another episode of Fresh Final Live. It's April 23rd, 9 p.m., and you are watching Fresh Final Live Reboot, or whatever the hell we're going to call it. With me is our host, Samson West, and Brian. I can never get your last name right after so many years. We're just going to call you Mouskowitz.
Mutashio,
Mouskowitz, whatever we're calling it. Like to give a big shout out to these guys for joining me on this, getting this show back going again. It's been clearly like 2 or 3 years since we've done a proper Fresh Final Live, and have to give a shout out to David, Kyle, and the rest of that crew out there. Leslie Chambers on Collect All Monsters for lighting a fire under my ass, for getting me motivated to do this. Yes, right there, Mr. Godzilla 4951 NWO Vibe. That's right, because this is Fresh Final Live. All those other live streams out there doing their little Godzilla streams. Let me tell you, this is my yard. If you guys want a war, you're going to get a war. Boom. That's all I got to say about that. All in fun and games. No, but getting this going again, wanting to have some fun, talk about the hobby again, the fandom, collecting, reconnecting with friends and whatnot. That's the goal of this. What's up, Vince E out there? How you doing? And mind you, everybody, I'm just learning how to use this whole setup here. So it's new. So bear with me as we go through this. New format. Yeah, kind of spice things up a bit. But we're going to just have some fun, talk, about where we came from, how we started, what we're doing, and go from there. I got to pull up the production notes. But so the first topic we're going to talk about is how we got into the fandom. We're going to go into, our recent collectibles. We got a few other topics. We're just going to work our way down. So we're just going to get right into this. Sam, you're first up on the screen. So really, just wing it. Tell us how you got into the fandom and your Godzilla journey.
Oh, geez. Okay. Well, back when Big Samson was Little Samson, about 4 years old. My parents have told me the story because I don't remember it, but they said that my dad got me a VHS copy of Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla 74, specifically Godzilla versus Cosmic Monster. My mom was like, "Honey, isn't he a little too young for that?" He's like, "Nah, I grew up on that stuff. It's fine." And the rest is kind of history. I fell in love with it, and they had no idea what they were unleashing when they did that. But so Mechagodzilla 74 was my first movie. First figure I ever got was the Bandai 6-inch King Caesar. So that was pretty perfect right there. And it's been a fun journey. And I'm sorry, are we talking about so how we got into it and also what it's been like in our lives, or just the introduction?
I mean, you could go in as depth as you want. I know I'm going to bore the hell out of everybody with story time. So it's whatever you want to talk about. The whole point of this is just reintroducing ourselves for Fresh Final Live.
Right.
So the floor is yours.
Well, me and you did a show with the awesome David and Kyle just recently, and we kind of talked about how we got into the fandom, how we were Godzilla YouTubers. I got big into the fandom as a Godzilla YouTuber myself in 2011 and started just putting out videos of stuff that nobody else had done. Everybody else was talking about Bandai's and other little things. And I was like, I got X Plus. I got something nobody else is showcasing. So let's give it a shot. So that's how I dove into the fandom and became kind of a household name. I guess that's my bragging rights. So that's why people know who I am, and going to G-Fest and having fun with that. First G-Fest was in 2011. That was my first video, was showcasing and telling everybody about my G-Fest haul. And I just started doing goofy skits and then figure reviews and just random stuff. And it's been a little bit since I've kept up with it, but it's still there. The motivation just needs to kick into overdrive so I can jump back in like you're doing here now. I love it. Everybody keeps asking me, why do you like it? I don't think any of us can really have a good explanation for it. I just do. It's something that I love. I love this fandom. I love the community that's you guys and everything. And it's been a lot of fun, and I don't ever want it to go away. Yeah, Godzilla. Booyah.
Booyah. All right.
Proud of you, Sam.
I like it. Picasso.
Oh, cheers, everybody. Got me a Godzilla mug in the mail today.
Hey.
That's what I'm utilizing this
Cheers.
drink in.
And mind you, this is not a children's show. Because if
I'm a
you're
children.
Fuck no.
this is not a children's show. Brian, you're up. Tell us about your journey, Godzilla family journey.
My journey started when I was probably 6 years old, and I was standing on the street corner. I was very upset because I dropped my ice cream cone on the ground, and this man came up to me and he said, "Don't cry, son. Here's a Godzilla figure that tied you over." And ever since then, I've been a fan. And that man was Rich Iso. So that's how
He's
it all
a
started.
saint.
Yes.
When the hell did I drop an ice cream cone? Here, little boy.
I have been a fan since I was probably 4. I caught King Kong versus Godzilla on TV back when that was a thing that was on TV like regularly. So that would probably been like 1978, 79-ish, something like that.
You're not that old.
So I'm the old head. My first Godzilla collectible was the Shogun Warriors, the big boy that shoots his fist. I still have my original. And that was kind of it. I mean, I had a couple of Godzilla stuffed animals when I was a kid, but there were really no like Godzilla toys when I was a kid. I remember seeing Bandai figures for the first time when I was in high school. I didn't really have much of a collection probably until I was already an adult, though. At Gigan 96 in Philadelphia is when I really started buying stuff for real. I got out of it for a little while. Discovered Godzilla Collectors Group on Facebook, and it was all downhill from there. My collection exploded from like 2014 to like 2018. And I mostly collect the stylized stuff, the marmots. Although I do collect X Plus and Bandai and stuff like that too. But mostly the stylized stuff. And been a fan for good God, 44 years almost now. So that's me.
Boom. All right. I'm going to bore the hell out of everybody with story time because I'm going right to the fucking beginning. Started out with 2 Godzilla figures. Actually, they're right here. The Imperials. The larger, 10-inch, and then the smaller 6-inch rubbery one. And a broken fill with a broken neck. But no, so those 2 figures were my first introduction to Godzilla. And then shortly at some point after, that's right, Godzilla Productions TV, life story, here we go. At least for as Godzilla stuff goes. It wasn't long after that I saw...
Who plays Rich Iso in the Rich Iso story?
Robert Downey Jr.
Oh, I was gonna say, like, who's the little guy from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
Yeah, shut up, bitch. Danny DeVito. No, but my first Godzilla movie was Godzilla vs. Megalon. My mother picked it up wherever, they were selling VHS, for those of you that know what that is. Watched that, and I was completely hooked for its, WWF style wrestling moves. We got tail dragging drop kicks, and just it was a whole tag team match with Godzilla and Jaguar, clearly against Gigan and Megalon. Not long after that, I watched Son of Godzilla. At some point, my mom and dad recorded it again on VHS off of TV. Couldn't tell you which show it was on or channel. All I remember is always finishing the end of Scarface. Never watched Scarface, but it always ended up with the guy, Tony Montana falling into the pool, because that's how I started Son of Godzilla, because it was recorded after my parents recorded Scarface.
That's great.
I know, great combination there.
Don't you wish you still had those though? Like,
huh?
I wish I still had my old VHS
No,
TV recordings with the commercials and everything on them. It'd be so cool to watch.
I think I still have some of mine up in a bin in the basement. But shortly after that, I ended up picking up Monster Zero on VHS. Again, everything was VHS, clearly, up until the Heisei films. So it just turned into me recording movies off of TV or going to video rental stores, renting movies, because I'd go right to the science fiction section. All right, which one have I not seen yet? Or it turned, as I got older, looking at the TV guide. My dad would get the Sunday paper. I would go right for the TV guide because it was always shoved in there. And I'd go to the back of the TV guide, whatever they called it at the time. It wasn't TV guide. It was like, whatever. I don't know what they called it. It wasn't the actual TV guide you bought in like the grocery stores at the time. But I would go to the back section of that and go to like trying to find whatever Godzilla movies might be airing on TNT or TBS, because it's always seen what it was. In Jersey, it was WPIX, Channel 11, if I remember that correctly. So it really, then that was basically everything that I did Godzilla-wise until I started collecting and introduced the Treadmaster figures. Saw those, I guess on TV there was commercials for those, which was pretty cool at the time, because I'm like, wow, like we got Godzilla figures coming out here in America. Yeah. Right around the same time, I found G-Fan. And that opened up clearly a whole new arena of interest and connecting and, knowing that, there's more out there than what I measly know from TV guides and TNT, Monster Vision. With G-Fan, I found, there's Japanese collectibles. There's new Godzilla movies coming out in the Heisei, the Heisei films. Yeah, exactly, Sam. Mind blown. So eventually, I remember going up to this comic book shop in Jersey when I was living. It was like literally 5 minutes up the road. Rode my bike up there, went in, and I saw this figure that I knew was from a Godzilla movie, but I had no idea what that monster was. But, I asked to look at it. The guy, behind the counter showed it to me, and Godzilla was on there, and Mothra was on there, but I still didn't recognize this monster, which was Batra. It was Batra larva, and it was the theatrical poster for Godzilla vs. Mothra '92 on the tag of the card. So I was like, what movie is this? And I asked the guy, and he told me, this was 1994 at the time. So we already had Godzilla vs. Space Godzilla out on VHS. And, basically he told me about these 4 films that I had no idea about. Clearly I knew about Godzilla 84 and Godzilla vs. Biollante because that was already out on VHS at the time. So I had the Batra larva figure in my hand. So I asked him, how much was this? And he's like, $10. So luckily I had a $10 bill in my pocket. Bam! That was my very first Bandai figure. And it opened up a gateway for, collecting clearly what has become, a hobby of mine and a passion of the last, 2022? So almost 20 years, right? Am I doing that wrong? Or 30 years? I can't do math. I'm not a mathematician.
How old you are? How old you are?
Yeah, 30 years. Almost 30 years. Like I said, I don't do math. Me and the numbers don't mix. They said solve for X. I'm like, I didn't know. You find X. I didn't lose it.
X plus.
That's right. X plus. Boom. No. So Bandai figures. That was my first Bandai figure. And then I, again, looking at G-Fan, seeing ads for Club Daikaiju. I'm like, what is this? And at the time, I already had a bunch of Treadmaster figures. And I'm like, I need to get the real collectibles. And I remember my parents were having a yard sale, and I sold off all my Treadmasters. Dumbass move.
Yeah,
I wish I kept them all.
I should have kept mine too.
Yeah, I wish. I knew I was at a point where I want to start collecting the Bandai figures. Exactly, like David just said. Bandai was a gateway, and it still is a gateway for many collectors these days. When you go into the dealer's room, that stank ass dealer's room, G-Fest, Bandai figures are in abundance.
Because there's so many of them.
So many of them. Yeah. So I started, my first Godzilla convention was Gigan '97 in New York City. Found out about
Gigan. I don't even know what that is. I was alive.
G-Fest was originally called G-Con.
I know.
Short version. Clearly there was J.D. Lee's, and then there was John Rocco Roberto. They worked together, and then they parted ways. John Roberto did G-Con in Manhattan, New York City for
Philly.
He did Philly. I didn't know that.
Yeah, that was the one I went to.
Nice. Yeah, so went to that in 97, met Nakajima and Satsuma, which was just I couldn't appreciate it at the time. I was only like I think 14 years old at the time that I met them the first time.
Yeah.
Then I went again in 1998 with my family, which was really cool, but we only went in for like it seemed like maybe 2 hours. I wanted to stay, but my mom and dad, my brother and sister, so it's kind of like, all right, let's go in, walk around. We left. Sad. So again, from then on, started collecting Bandai figures, and that was my main focus for many, 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 many years. Fast forward to 2006 or 7, I was in the military at the time, and I discovered this website called Chibi Goji Toys. And through that site, I found this one cool looking figure that I didn't have no clue about. It was right here, the one of the very first Desu Gojis, and I bought it. That was my first Marmot back in like 2006 or 7, I think it was when it came out.
Wow.
And again, my mind was turning into, blowing up. All right, there's more out there other than Bandai. I still kind of thought like figures like this, like what the fuck is going on with the weird colors? It just doesn't make sense. Tickle, 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 tickle. It just didn't make sense. I thought like why would it be colored like that? It looks stupid. Years later, I finally realized, these are pieces of art. But that's for another discussion.
Yes. Oh my God, I love these.
Yeah. Things. So I was still in the military at the time. I was still collecting as many fucking Bandai figures that I can get. I was like, I gotta have them all. I gotta get the ones. I gotta get 4 6-inch Space Godzillas because they all have different paint jobs and different tags. Because I'm a sicko.
Gotta get them all.
Yeah, I gotta get them all.
Godzilla.
Right? So collected pretty much every Bandai figure I could get my hands on. Finally reintroduced Facebook, like Brian had said earlier, Godzilla Collectors Group. I joined that group I think like 2 weeks after it was created, in August of 2011. And from there, I'll never forget one of the first posts I seen. It was by Greg. He was making a post about the 30 centimeter X Plus Titanosaurus, about looking like they squirted mustard on it,
Oh yeah.
And at the time, I had no idea like what is X Plus. I was like, damn, that fucking figure looks dope as hell, But I mean, he had a point. It looked like the yellow stripes were pretty, pretty clear. Pretty, popping. Anyway, but I joined that group. Started seeing names of people that I had seen on the Monster Zero boards. Guys that I didn't clearly knew I was talking to then. On Monster Zero boards, and even further back on the Yahoo groups that what was it? Vinyl Madness groups on the Yahoo groups I was on there for.
Yeah. Dude, Monster Zero, like I'm gonna jump.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Monster Zero was so. There's a whole bunch of different little things probably in everybody's life with this, but there's certain things that you'll be out of Godzilla for a while, or you'll be out of whatever, and things will happen, and and Monster Zero was definitely one of those groups that really got me back into Godzilla. Like so much so that when Facebook started becoming popular, I really didn't want to switch over from I was a really slow adopter of getting on Facebook and dealing with the collectors groups. I didn't want to I don't know. I just really liked the old message board style. And I actually joined Godzilla Collectors Group to sell my collection. And you can see how that turned out. So
yeah.
But yeah, finding G-Fan for the first time is another one that's like always big for people. Like I remember finding G-Fan. I was only kind of following Godzilla at that point. I found issue 14 and that changed everything. I remember walking into a comic book convention and seeing some guy had a bootleg version of Godzilla versus Biollante playing back when I was in high school. I was in like 10th grade, I think, probably. I had no idea there were other Godzilla movies. It wasn't in English. I bought it anyway and went home and watched it over and over and over again. It had no English other than the little bit of English that they speak in it. Like all the old Heisei movies, like you had, I had to buy them with no subtitles. No bootlegs. I mean, no official release. It was always a bootleg. No English dubbing. You just would fast forward through the human parts and get to the monster fights. I remember, just watching.
I still do that now.
Yeah. But I mean, that was the only way to get them. It was, and up until, it's just so weird growing up in the 80s, late 90s, how hard it was to get stuff as opposed to now where you can just, everything is right at your fingertips.
Mm-hmm. There's a whole generation of people out there that don't understand this.
Yeah, like G-Fan was such a big deal before the internet was big, because that was the only way you were getting information about the movies that you had no idea. Like you were reading articles from like Norman England and Ed Godziszewski and like stuff that you would have never read because there was no other way to read it other than G-Fan. And the internet has kind of killed G-Fan, which it is what it is.
Yeah.
That's a story for another day as well. So sorry to interrupt.
No.
Rich, you left out an important part. How we met before we even met.
I didn't even get there.
You started talking about X Plus. Your MySpace.
I was only all right. Let me backtrack because Brian reminded me of the Heisei films. That same comic book store where I bought my first Bandai figure, the Bachelor Larva. I went home with that figure. Told my dad. This comic book guy or store, the guy said he's got Godzilla movies from Japan. So me and my dad went back in the car, or got in the car, went up there, and it felt like my dad was doing like a mafia deal, with the guy. Like, yeah, it was cash involved. It was these bootleg VHS tapes. I remember it clearly because my short little ass, I haven't grown since. I'm like looking over the corner, looking up, and like, they got the cash. Here comes the VHS tapes. Nobody's looking. The guy made a big deal about it. Like, yeah, don't tell anybody where you got these from, because bootlegs was like, what the fuck? What the hell's a bootleg? I don't fucking know.
Yeah, I just know I get my bootlegs from also had all the hentai.
Yeah.
So he would
is that some sort of shoe?
We would always buy the hentai anime and the Godzilla bootlegs from the same greasy bootlegger.
Man. I remember going home and popping in Godzilla versus Space Godzilla, and I was like, mind blown.
This is the worst movie I've ever seen.
No. I mean, like, I watched all 4 of them in one day, and I threw in Sun. Then I threw in Godzilla versus King Ghidorah. I'm like, they made King Ghidorah like a badass. I mean, he was a badass in the show film, but like clearly, this is the first time I'm watching. Aside from '84 and Biollante, it's like they really upped up the graphics and everything. Just I knew clearly suitmations and everything looks so much more realistic. Then watch Godzilla versus Mothra. Then clearly watching Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla. That movie, was my favorite at the time for the Heisei films. Well, actually, I think it still is my favorite.
That's my favorite too.
Yeah, it still is.
I mean, I had to watch bootlegs of like the original Godzilla. You know what I mean? Like that was it. Like when I saw the original Godzilla, it was a bootleg I got from Video Daikaiju. They used to advertise in Gigan. I got that from them. Like I the first time I ever saw Destroy All Monsters Uncut was a bootleg. Yeah. I mean, because back then it was, if it wasn't on TV, and it wasn't on VHS, you just didn't get to watch it. I knew that there was a different version of the original Godzilla. I knew there was a different version of King Kong versus Godzilla, but that was like it. There was no way to ever really see it, so other than a bootleg.
Yeah. For me, it was just video stores and what my parents gave to me. I grew up for years on 4 VHS tapes: Godzilla, Mechagodzilla, Godzilla King of the Monsters / Godzilla versus Megalon double VHS pack, and then Godzilla versus the Sea Monster. Luckily, I still have that exact same VHS tape of Sea Monster. I'm still upset that I don't have my Mechagodzilla, though, the item that got me into the fandom. I have a picture of me rocking a Batman t-shirt, sitting on like a rocking, not a rocking horse, a rocking zebra, holding it awkward and just, so I have photo evidence of me with my very first Godzilla anything, but I don't have the item itself.
Shame.
I know. I should just sell everything right now and just fuck off.
Why would you have gotten rid of that important piece?
I don't know what happened. I honestly don't even remember what happened to it. I don't know where it went to. I lost the case to it. I know that, but I have no idea where the physical fucking VHS.
He's spiraling, Rich. He's spiraling.
Yep. Here we go. Yeah. Shut up. Let me get on topic. I'm still telling my goddamn story. It's story time. So sit back, get your drinks, and let's go. Story time. Boom. All right. Fast forward. Sam, we're going to get to MySpace because I really need to put that out there because I'm sure there's a whole lot more people that may have seen that I know of. But Fast forward to 1995. I was at a comic book store in Freehold, New Jersey called Zap Comics at the time. I found more Bandai figures. Met one of my very first Godzilla friends named David Quigley. We were like, wow, I'm not the only one out there that exists. Holy shit, there's more out there. But I found.
All right, I'm going to interrupt you again. Sorry, I got to do it though. How long did you go thinking you were one of like 12 people on the whole face of the earth that liked Godzilla?
I'm pretty sure
right?
all of us had that same problem.
I didn't know anybody who liked Godzilla when I was in high school. Yeah. When I think I was a senior, and I met a couple of other guys that were like there was a junior and a sophomore that I had an art class with that were into Godzilla. Up until that point, like I literally did not think anybody really. And finding G-Fan was when I was like, holy shit! Like there's tons of people that like Godzilla. You know what I mean? Like I had no idea that there were other people that liked Godzilla to the extent that I like, or even more than than I liked it. That would make a magazine, dedicated to it in their basement. So
it was a very cool hobby. I mean, hell, I grew up here in the South, and nobody liked Godzilla. Everybody was into like their tractors and guns and everything, and I was into Godzilla, so I was different. Yeah, it was very different to find out that there's a whole community out there like you guys.
Yep.
Thank God, dude. Y'all are awesome.
I mean, my first issue of G-Fan was, I think, either 9 or 10. And then I think it was 10 and then 11. And then I picked up whichever was the first gloss cover. Godzilla was fighting this Megaguirus looking motherfucker.
Yeah, I have that.
Yeah, but I thought, I was like, what the hell is this? Is this the next Heisei film? Whatever. But, all right. So I found Godzilla vs. Destroyer. I'm going to start, just bullet point and getting to, that way we get on topic here. I remember putting the VHS in for Godzilla vs. Destroyer, watching it for the very first time. Clearly, it was one of those Toho video bootlegs. It was, I want to say it was subtitles. I don't remember. Anyway, skipping right to the very end, Godzilla's meltdown. My mom was on the couch watching it with me. I was crying like a baby. I kid you not, crying, because once that Akira Fukube theme hits, I was in tears. Like I've never seen Godzilla die in such a fashion. Nor, I don't think, have we ever since, clearly. Aside from me getting blown up in GMK. But anyway, my mom was laughing at me. Like, what is wrong? Like, what is wrong? Like, ugly faces, ugly sides, and everything. Man. No, it's true. I was in tears. It was just a very, very moving scene. A whole 2 minutes that it was, or whatever. Anyway.
So wait, how old were you when this happened?
9. I was 11.
All right.
No, 12 years old. 12 years old.
Yeah, I got upset when I saw Godzilla 85 in a theater.
When he fell.
I remember being very upset at the end of that.
My brother cried at that because he always mentions that every once in a while. Like, yeah, I remember Godzilla fell and everybody was standing there.
Yeah.
But
I ran out of the room. I ran to my dad when the movie was over. Dad, the Godzilla Jr. got killed by the destroyer, and then Godzilla melts. Because let's see.
Anyway, moving on. Let's see. So I talked about Marmot. Got that. MySpace. I created while I was in the military. I created a MySpace page called The Godzilla Collector, which was focused on my whole Godzilla collection. And I literally posted everything that I had. I had one of my main pictures was my entire Godzilla collection at the time, which was, this is going back to I think 2004. It was on the floor in my parents' house in Florida. There was a couch and I had everything sprawled out in this massive pile of, display. And Sam, you said you had seen me there.
Well, that's I followed you religiously through that MySpace, but being obsessed with all the shit that you had that I didn't, and I was like, oh my god, I wish I had a way to contact. It's funny how it all ties together now.
There's ways to contact out of MySpace,
I know, but it was.
But
I was blown away by your fucking.
There was a couple people that I ended up, becoming friends with on Facebook, once Facebook became a thing down the road, and they're like, "Oh shit, that's you! You were the Godzilla collector on MySpace." I'm like, "Yeah, that was me." So I did that.
Son of a bitch.
Then from 2007 to 2011, I was on a collecting hiatus. I did not collect anything for what seemed to be, was it 2007, 11? Was that 6 years? 5 years, whatever. I don't do math. 4 years. 4 years. Yeah, 4 years. And I had gone to a comic book shop now up here in Massachusetts, Harrison's Comics. I found a Marmot Monster. No, I think it was a Vinyl Paradise Megalon, and I found the build-up kit and Eurus. From there on, clearly joining Facebook groups. SH Monster Arts came into play. And then there was X Plus, which, we talked about on the Collect All Monsters episode. I tip my hat to Mr. Samson West here, because if it wasn't for him, I probably would not have got into X Plus. But your reviews were the first ones that I had watched that piqued my interest. Why? And then I was like, fuck it. I'm going to spend $3,500 on my credit card because I don't give a shit. Bought 12 or 13 X Plus figures in one sitting. Click, click, buy, motherfuckers. That's
I remember.
Yeah. Stupid. And if you've been following me since, Fresh Final Review started, and the rest is history. So here we are.
Well, we all owe you a lot of thanks for being as dedicated as you are to this fandom. Without you, again, because I knew you before I even knew you. I followed you religiously on your MySpace page and was obsessed about, like, you had the Marmot Monster having Godzilla 67 and Minya, and I'd never seen that before in my entire life. I was so obsessed with those figures because they looked so damn good. Bandai had not yet invented the 50th anniversary.
Wait, I don't have the Minya.
We did.
I never did.
I think did.
No, I never did. I'm a dumbass because now it's like stupid money to get it.
I used to have one myself. I had like the more silvery metallic colored one. I sold it. So yeah, I hate that too. But I have the Godzilla again. So yeah, I followed you before I even knew you. And I was just like so jealous of all your stuff. You had every Bandai ever, and you had a couple
not
of
ever. Not everyone.
I
had a lot of them.
You had most of them.
A lot of us knew each other before Facebook and didn't really know it.
No,
funny too.
It was so funny how things click together like that.
So many people on Monster Zero that I didn't know who they were until years later talking to them on Facebook.
Focus.
That's always funny. Yeah, do that.
I had talked to Tim Crane on Monster Zero. Yeah. I've talked to Brandon, Mike Russo, probably had a comment or exchange or two in a thread with you, Brian.
I used to probably talk to Mike Russo every single day. You know what I mean? And had no idea
numbers
until a couple of years into knowing him on Facebook. When hey, do you remember that Monster Zero? Yeah, I was Legion, whatever the number was, and I was like, holy shit, dude! Like I used to talk to you every day. It's just so funny.
Yep.
It's funny how it all comes together. Thank God it does, because we have all
these
awesome people in this community. David is oh my God, he's religiously watching us. He's one of the biggest, awesomest people in this fandom.
Yeah, David's on that other fucking show because he forgot where he came from on the live streaming show. Boom.
David here.
That's what's up. All right, moving on.
So what's
David?
next?
I'm only kidding. I'm breaking your chops. So, all right, moving on. Let's talk about our recent collectibles, things that we've bought that you can recently remember, be it last year or this year. Brian, take it away. You go first.
I've bought a lot of Transformers. It's funny. I reached a point because you do reach points. There's always lulls and peaks and valleys, right? So I was definitely in a valley. Probably around 2019. I was just like, I felt priced out by things too. Not that it's ever cheap to buy stuff, but stuff just got really expensive. So I started collecting some other stuff. But I'd say in the last 6 months or so, I've gotten back into buying things. Space is always a issue at this point. So I've bought other stuff that, like media, a lot of stuff too. So I've bought a lot of the vinyl albums. I bought that vinyl box set, which I don't have here because I want to talk about that maybe at a different time. But I did buy the Godzilla 85 vinyl. It's in 2 different versions. It's got this cool pop out. Yeah, it's really cool. The disc is clear, and there's also a red one. I have both of them. So that's the full soundtrack to that.
Translucent vinyl.
It's really good. Highly recommend this. Norman England's book. I got this for Christmas. It is excellent. It really kind of just reads like a diary. If you've ever read any of Norman's stuff, from back when he was writing for GFan, or he writes for Fangoria now. But he's a really good writer in this. He doesn't get super technical with things, and he makes you feel like you're there. His book is really cool. He was on set for pretty much the entire, from day one to the final day of filming of GMK, and it basically is written like a diary, where he just every day he just has an entry of what he saw that day, what he took a picture of that day, who he had lunch with, and it's like a who's who of of the people that we all know by name, but don't really ever know a lot about it. He spent so much time with them. There's a great story about him going to Satsuma's house. And Satsuma is just a crazy person. If you've ever met him, there's a great story about him in there. It's just an awesome book. So I highly recommend that. You can get that on Amazon. And he is not paying me to plug it. I just think it's awesome. You should definitely pick it up. Figure wise, some Bandai stuff. The 91 that is fairly new. I mean, new to me. Very affordable. It's very detailed. It's 6-inch scale. I think the sculpting on it's nice. It's not overly painted or anything like that, but it's really it's well done. Cheap, $30, I think it was. That's awesome.
Yeah, let's see.
Yeah, I mean, you can't beat that. They also did a new Hedora, which I picked up. Also very nice. It's funny, the vinyl on these, I don't know, have either one of you guys picked this up? The vinyl on this guy is kind of squishy.
I haven't. I'm interested, but I have not.
Yeah, it's weird. It's a little bit softer than the normal Bandai, the normal Bandai stuff. Really well painted though. It's nice. It's cool. Again, it was $30, man. Showcase Kaiju, Mike Johnson. I'm sure they can hook you up.
Looking on Showcase now, it's $32.99.
Yeah, I mean that's crazy for for
the 91 is the same price.
Yeah, that's a great price for those. And then the Mezco stuff. Set 1 is missing in action. Set 2 is out. So set 2 you get King Ghidorah, as you see here. He comes with his cool little lightning effects. You can take those in and out of it. You can have him shooting 3, none, 1, whatever you want him to do. He's cool. It comes with Baragon. You can have him standing up or crawling. And actually, I think I was messing with him after I took these pictures, and I think I have the wrong arms on him for crawling. I think he has a different set of crawling front arms. I could be wrong. I think he does, but I kind of think he looks cool like that. So whatever. I'm probably gonna leave him like that.
I've got a question.
Yeah.
That's the same figure, just in a different pose?
Yeah, it comes with he comes with an extra head.
Oh, the head's different. Okay.
Yeah. He comes with
I didn't know if it was like articulated where it could go up and down like that or something.
No, they're pretty they're like the consistency
stationary.
Of them, they feel like the Garishapon, like the little Garishapon figures, whatever you call those, the high grade, smaller figures.
Oh yeah.
They're like that. They're pretty hard. Comes with Gorosaurus, which unfortunately I don't think you can pose him to be doing the kick, which would be cool. They dropped the ball on that one, or I could be wrong. Don't. And then Minya, which you can have just looking derpy or looking derpy shooting his smoke rings. I have him shooting the smoke rings. And that is what you get with that set. The next set comes with the other monsters, except for Manda and Kumonga. I guess they're not doing them. Maybe they'll do them down the road. Oh, maybe there's no Varan. Yeah, you might be right.
I don't know if there's a Varan.
I think you're right. I think you're right.
Varan.
These are cool, man. Like the King Ghidorah is maybe 5 inches. The rest of them are they're all scaled correctly. So if you don't have room or you're running out of room like I am, they're pretty awesome. Like the whole set of them you could probably put in like a little 2-foot section of shelf, maybe. If you want to make dioramas for them, you could definitely do some cool stuff with them. So for the price, I think it was $80, 5 figures,
For other fans out there, though, it doesn't fit in scale with like Bandai stuff or anything. They have their own unique kind of in between.
Oh, yeah, no. They're way, like the King Ghidorah, the top of his wings might be 5.5 inches. So I mean, it's definitely not going to scale with anything other than the stuff that it's made to scale with.
Right.
The only complaint I have with it is the King Ghidorah's wings are super, super hard plastic, which is kind of strange. I feel like if it falls off a shelf, the wings are definitely going to snap. Otherwise, man, they're built well. The effects they come with are cool. They're sculpted well. They're painted nicely. You know, I like them. And again, for something that you just want to do like a cool little display on a shelf, you can't really beat that. They're also doing a Godzilla versus Hedorah set, which I have pre-ordered, which looks cool. And they're doing a Mothra set, which comes with the little fairy girls. I did not order that one. I already have a couple of different sets of Mothra's fairies. I don't need more of those. But, you know, again, for people with, if you have a small apartment or something, they're like perfect. I think they're cool. And that's not really catching me up to where I am, but I don't want to, I haven't bought so much that, you know, I need something to talk about, you know, next episode. So for now, that's where I'll leave off. But all that stuff I highly recommend. Again, Norman's book's great. If you have a record player, that Godzilla 85 set from Work Records is awesome. They also are putting out King Kong Escapes, which I have pre-ordered, and I want to say Space Amoeba, but I could be wrong. But King Kong Escapes, the discs on that look beautiful. The packaging on that looks beautiful. When I get it, I will show it to you.
Space Amoeba's out there. I've seen, I think Jonathan Portman in the Collectible Monsters group posted about it. I could be wrong if I'm.
That might be right.
But the artwork alone looks really fucking dope.
Yeah. I mean, again, I'll spend more time at some point doing the Showa box set, maybe like next live stream, because the artwork on those and the different discs that it comes with and just the whole packaging is everything that you would have wanted the Criterion set to be. They took the time and they did it so nicely. It's so cool. It's worth every penny. I love it. But again, I feel like I need to dedicate that just to be like, this is the only thing I want to talk about. Next episode, maybe it'll be that box set. It's really awesome. Hello, Jess.
Kaiju Queen, what up?
Hey.
Hey, look at that.
What's up?
All right, Sam, you're up. Tell us about your most recent collectibles that you feel like yapping about.
Oh, boy.
All right, I'm moving on. I'm up next. Here we go. I mean, I'm sorry.
All right, bozo. Well, this year, again, it's been a pretty slow year for me. Here we are halfway, or it's almost the end of April, and I've only bought like 4 things. First figure purchase of the year was the actually, no, that's not the first. This was the first. The Marmot Monster Heaven Final Wars Hedra. What I'm basically doing is a bunch of stuff that I sold when I wasn't financially awesome. I sold off a lot of things. I'm trying to regain that back in my collection. I had one of these, but it was the one that had like a green paint scheme to it with like glitter on its arms and head and stuff. But either way, I got this guy. He's pretty sweet. I kind of love. He's shiny and different from different angles. He's got like a main black and then gold everywhere else. I kind of want to repaint him to look more screen accurate since there isn't one, but we'll come to that later. So I got that, and at the same time, I also got these little guys right here. These were made by Mondo. It is a Gigan pin, if I can hold it properly. Gigan metallic pin and Mechagodzilla metallic pin. And it's not focusing. Whatever. Yeah, I got these two.
Nice Mondo, huh?
Yeah, Mondo made these. They're not on their web. They're sold out on the website, but I got it from a different collector that was just selling them on Facebook, one of the Facebook groups. So Mechagodzilla, first film, Gigan, favorite film. It was pretty perfect. And then this guy, I got the Hanna-Barbera Godzilla.
He's cool looking. That Godzilla there bothers me.
Oh. Well, if you look at the, I wondered that too. I was like, it's a little on the nose there, isn't it?
It's a strange application of paint there.
It is in the actual cartoon. He has that gut line. So yeah, the anatomy of Godzilla's in question. The only thing I noticed this today, I was so bummed out. Mine on this one little dorsal plate right there. Can y'all see that?
Oh,
There
yeah, I see it. Yeah. That sucks.
Well, that wasn't there like an hour ago. That was a paint drop. So whoever was in charge of quality control, or not paint, a glue. There was a glue, like a glue speck on there, and I flaked it off with a knife.
Oh, and it took the paint off?
And it took because there was glue that got applied to it, and then they painted over it. So it had that blue paint of the actual dorsal plate, and then so whoever glued this thing together, quality control.
Is that figure sold out on their site? Hold it up again. I didn't get one. I loved that cartoon when I was a kid, and I was
a little disappointed at the price of it because it's like so short.
I think the last time I looked, it was still available, but I could be wrong.
Let me hold it up again, Sam.
Sorry, I'm jumping into Mondo as we speak, trying to see if it.
Yeah, that thing's cool. Like maybe I should. All right, put it down.
$120.
Put it down before I buy one. Put it down, Sam. Put it down.
Oh, there it is. It's on the website. It's not sold out.
No, it's sold out.
All right, but it is really cool.
It's awesome,
it's not articulate. The only thing, the tail pops on and off with a magnet.
Oh, it's a magnet.
That's
cool.
That's how that fits on. And other than that, the arms, everything is just stationary.
Yeah,
but
I love that cartoon when I was a kid, but it is awful to watch now.
Oh my god, I was like,
there's no cartoons when you were a kid don't hold up, honestly, but man, that cartoon's terrible.
I was obsessed when I was a kid. I was like, every time in the 90s, at least, if it like showed up on reruns, I was like, the Godzilla cartoon's on. Then I got confused. I was like, why does he sound like that?
Yeah.
And then today,
when I was a kid, it was on at the same time as the Shazam live action show.
Shazam! Oh my god, Shazam! I'm all of a sudden some other dude.
Yeah. And my sister was obsessed with the Shazam show. So we had to alternate weeks between watching. One of us, 1 week I could watch the Godzilla show, and 1 week we had to watch the Shazam show.
So I had that with my sister.
That was first.
That's a Raven or Godzilla. This came in the mail today. This Godzilla mug that I got off Amazon. It's the Millennium Godzilla 2000. I bought it specifically to show up for this show. I bought it on Friday Thursday night. Showed up today. So I had some Godzilla themed thing to drink out of for this. You're welcome. I didn't know we were going to talk about things from last year too. I thought we were just talking about from this year. I didn't bring any of the stuff that I got.
The poster.
We haven't done a show in like 5 years, Sam. You can talk about anything. Talk about something you bought in 2017.
Right? Okay, yeah.
To me.
I forgot the big boy. This I bought last year, but I got it framed this year. This is the authentic 1972 printed 2-piece Godzilla versus Gigan poster. That thing is
that a real? That's an official real poster.
It was.
That's not a
printed
reprint?
It's not a reprint. It's a 1972 printed Godzilla versus Gigan poster.
Yeah, nice.
And it was $650, and I got to do it in separate payments.
Jesus, Mary and Joseph.
And the poster frame was $494. It is
the poster frame made out of platinum or gold?
It's made out of shatter-resistant plexiglass.
Oh, it's like vibranium.
They grafted stuff out of Wolverine to make that.
Can you tell your wife that this is more important than whatever else is on TV tonight? All right?
Yeah, he's wrong.
Yeah.
That's perfect. So, oh my god, I can't believe I almost left that out. I wish I could go get it off the wall, but it's positioned just right. I love where it is.
No,
that was my Grail.
That
was my Grail item, to have a poster, an authentic 1972 printed poster for my favorite film. And coincidentally,
it's great that movie's getting some love this year. I love that, dude. That movie.
I got it framed specifically a couple of weeks before its 50th anniversary, so I could showcase it on another show that I was part of.
David's saying it's called a speed poster.
What is it? It's called a Tatekan. Tatekan. Tatekan is like I don't know what that means, but that's like, because it's 2 pieces. It's not one. It's one image, obviously, but it's 2 posters, one on top of the other, that meet at a seam in the middle.
I really like that. Yeah,
it's cool.
And I was able to get them to. Oh, interesting story about it. At the very bottom, there's like one thin strip that there's a couple of red spots on it, and I found out through Mr. Showcase Daikaiju himself, Sean Linkenback, what that is when they hung it up in front of the cinema or wherever they hung it, whatever, they just like put several posters at a time. The poster that was underneath it, there's like a thin line where they glued it to the very bottom of mine, and when they ripped them off the wall, the remnants of whatever other poster is just barely at the bottom of mine. I left it there instead of trying to figure out a way to pay to get that removed because I thought that was an interesting story piece to say, hey, check that out. Look at this.
Yeah, it's cool as hell, dude. That thing hung up in a Japanese movie theater. Never take it. Leave that on there. That's cool as hell.
No,
I want to Godzilla.
That's not
Mothra versus Godzilla. One of that.
Yeah, that is cool. Not going anywhere. Oh, David, he posted right there. Tekken. Well, he actually spelled it correctly.
Tadakin.
Did not.
I don't know.
I don't know how to pronounce it. Are you kidding?
Sumo-sen. Speed posters are one sheet.
No, that is definitely 2 sheets. I had to take it back to the poster shop because they did not line it up perfectly. Gigan's beam that's coming out of his eye goes right through the seam.
What the fuck?
They even told me when I took it back. They told me, they said, "Oh, well, so that the frame." No, I took it back and they fixed it.
Oh, okay, sorry. Keep it up.
Because otherwise, I was like, I paid you $500 for that. Could you do it better, please? Oh, well, we knew that we did that. We were just trying to line up the sides perfectly. I don't care about the sides. I want to see the image better.
Why would they care about the sides?
They wanted to line up. They wanted to like minimize how much of it was being covered up with the mat.
Yeah.
So they tried to line up the sides. So when they created a new mat for me and brought it in just slightly, and then arranged the image to be one solid, not uneven.
It's such a good movie. I mean, it's not, but it's just such a fun movie.
It is. It is.
Not a big
Big Ken, what are you doing?
Get the fuck out of here.
I'm not going to be mean. I'm not going to be mean like I was with David and say a whole lot of mean things. I feel bad about that. That's this year. That's all that's happened this year so far. I haven't bought.
I'm going to save my comments for Godzilla versus Gigan later because we're going to get into that a little bit. That's one of the 50th anniversary.
Well, then what am I talking about this now for? I should have waited.
Well, you just snoozed and that's it. What else was that it for you? Anything else that you had this year?
Not yet. I have a box that's coming, but I will showcase that whenever that day comes.
Anything on pre-order?
Yes, pre-order. I got the first ever oh god, my brain's stupid today. The little guys, the Defereals. I got the Defereel Gigan coming. And then the one that I slammed on really hard, but I ended up pre-ordering anyway, the Godzilla versus Gigan / Godzilla 72 with the bloody nose. Or I should say Godzilla 71 with the bloody nose.
We're making Ken's wife laugh, so I think we're good to keep it on a big screen. Well, if anything, a big screen. Sorry.
How many whiskeys have you had, Rich? Yes.
One so far. Actually, half.
I have only had one drink.
I haven't.
A whole bottle, but it's one drink still.
Well, I'm glad we're appeasing Ken's wife, because God forbid we fucking didn't. Shit.
No, she's our target audience tonight. Are you kidding me? We got to make sure that the wife is happy. Happy wife, happy life.
We'll be watching fucking crime documentaries or some shit on a Saturday night. Very exciting.
Sure. You're watching the Tinder swindler.
Oh, that was some scary shit. I'm like, I'm done dating. I'm like, nope, no thanks. I'm done dating anyways.
Wait, no, my mom. Okay, my mom loves me. She got me an Easter basket because I'm 30 years old, but I'm still a child. It's this little Hot Wheel. It's called. If it focuses, it's not gonna focus. Okay, anyway, it's called Bogzilla. Bogzilla. Bog. It's like a little Humvee, little yeah. So Godzilla related item for Easter.
Is that it?
Let me see if I can come up with more things to say.
Oh my God, and baby Jesus.
Let's go. We got 5 minutes left.
Baby Jesus won't help you. All right, go on. No, that's it.
No, we don't got 5 minutes left. All right, I'm going to start off with my.
You got a new house.
Yes, I did. I built a new house. The video review is still processing.
God.
Somebody commented on my last video. I did the Attack Peter Godzilla 64, asking if this was like my new setup. It just so happens I've moved my Mac that we're performing the show from, or whatever, live streaming. It was up in the X Plus room, which is directly above me. So that's collection room number 1. This is collection room number 2. I call it the Dorksium. It's actually a formal dining room, but I live alone, and there's no point in having a dining room. So it's collection room number 2. And it looks really awesome because this is more of like a showcase room. It's kind of like, it is like a museum pieces in here. I got
You got
Star
more unique
Wars.
items in there too.
Say what?
You got more unique items in there than just Godzilla.
Yeah,
too.
it's all the Sofubi, all the artistic stuff. I got chickens with their broken necks. I got Doug's on a sticks. I got Star Wars stuff. I got some artistic stuff. I got my autograph stuff. I got more Star Wars stuff right here. Some cool. This is a cool room. I got to get 2 wingback chairs so it feels like a nice lounge room too eventually. But anyway, so I like having the computer down here because I'm on my main floor of the house rather than in some secluded corner of the house, which the other collection room is. We need a dining room for your meatballs to be served. Ain't that the truth? I might be making the meatballs tomorrow.
Oh boy,
I can say,
really
which is nice to say, with David's comment and Brian and Sam, these guys have put my balls in their mouth. Thank you.
Oh yes, I have video evidence of that too.
So I enjoy being down in this room because I'm on the main floor. I feel like it makes actually doing videos and editing a whole lot more enjoyable. Like I said, I feel like I'm in the bat cave up there, and that's where all the X Plus stuff is. Anyway, so I'm going to go backwards a little bit from one of my last purchases of 2021. Yeah, I don't even know what that is. Defo Real, Dr. Sarazawa with Oxygen Destroyer. I still have to review this, so that's on the review table. Not really much of a fan of that 54 image in there because it's supposed to look like, like a mirror image, basically. It could have just been just gray, but it's cool. I seen some people made some changes to it to make it look more realistic or whatnot. This now, this is, I think, my 4th Oxygen Destroyer because I have one that came with the 54 30 centimeter color version, one that came with Burning Godzilla, and then another one that came with the gigantic Burning Godzilla in the ground base this was opened up, and now a 4th one because redundancy. I feel like I'm at work because we do everything.
How much you want?
What?
How much you want for it?
Anyway, moving on. So my first figure, not selling. First figure for 2022 was the Attack Peter Mondo Godzilla 1964. I'm going to say it's a 64. Definitely looks like a 64. Definitely a show piece. Definitely fits in the vibe of this room down here. So he's going to find a home in the details behind me. I did my review. This figure just screams, wow, must have, and a true unique piece. I'm a fan of the whole black and white gimmick on a kaiju, specifically like Monster X and Bozu. Even though Monster X was kind of a letdown in Godzilla Final Wars, I still thought it was a cool design. Wish he stayed Monster X because Kaiser Ghidorah didn't do it. But anyway, the figure, it's really awesome. As soon as we saw this, instant must have. This did sell out in like 3 days on the Mondo site. I think there was like, I don't know. I think there was a limited to like 1,500 pieces, maybe more, maybe a little less, give or take. Sam, like you said on your the Hanna-Barbera anime Godzilla, this one's got the magnet in there too, which is really a nice feature. So you don't have to worry about getting any hair dryer, squishy, soft action going right out of the box. Pop it on. But this figure, it's really, really awesome. It's just speechless. Second figure for the year was I just got this in last week, was this is how bad I haven't really paid attention to collecting the last few years. I noticed this from X Plus. It's part of the Toho Maniacs line, but I thought it was also like a Bandai premium figure. I didn't know until the figure was released that they were putting a tag on it.
There's a tag?
Yeah, it's got a hang tag, just like a Bandai figure.
You gonna take it off?
I'm probably just gonna leave it, honestly. Because like many of all my Bandai figures, I keep the tags on there. But
there's a safe way to get it out without cutting it, though.
Yeah, you just heat it up with a hairdryer, pull it out. But I'm not gonna fuck with it. It's fine. It doesn't really take away anything from this. This is actually my very first Matango figure, and like why it took so long to get a Matango figure, I don't know. I know there's other X Plus figures out there of Matango from like 1998. And whatnot, but as soon as this was announced, I'm like, yeah, that's a must-have. So I'm glad I picked that up. I actually got a little.
I've never seen it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so there's the Mondo, there's Matango, Dr. Sarazawa, like I said, and then on pre-order, I made pre-orders for the Defo Real 73 Rick, and I went with the standard Jet Jaguar. The Rick was a light up, and I say this, it's kind of this pun is being burnt out, but I'm burnt out with Rick light ups. It's just overplayed now. Sorry, G, but you guys got to get more creative, and that's what's up. Like, why not? Like, I don't know. Maybe they could have came with like something,
a little flying one
or something.
Oh wait,
nah, we already got a flying
Jet
Jaguar with a 30 centimeter. I mean, the light up eyes on Jet Jaguar looks cool and all, but it's just another light up. At this point, it's just played out. And then
Godzilla.
They could have done like that.
It doesn't have the stick in his hand, right?
The standard doesn't have the stick. The Rick
doesn't have the little toothpick and
and his toothpick because he's like Scott Hall.
Oh, it doesn't come with the toothpick either. So you got to get the Rick because
the standard has its mouth open though, right?
And yeah, you got to get.
Doesn't standard have its mouth open?
Honestly, I don't know. Look on Hobby Search because it wasn't until Mondo put out their Jet Jaguar figure, and I looked at that one. I was like, all right, it looked kind of cool, but then I was like, oh wait a minute, let me go look at the X Plus Defo Real. And when I saw the Defo Real, I was like, yeah, I want the Defo Real. So then I passed on the Mondo Jet Jaguar, which I wish I had a photo of the Mondo Jet Jaguar because that is a cool looking figure. It's it really fits in with the whole Sofubi line or vibe, with everything that comes from those figures and lines. But at the end of the day, I went with the X Plus Defo Real. He's got a really dynamic pose. He's just really doofy looking, honestly, when it comes down to it. His head's super big, and now this reminds me, completely irrelevant to these figures. Somebody in the X Plus group took a Defo Real 89 and slapped it on a Concord 89, which was a bootleg figure, and it looks really good. Because he repainted it, resealed it, glued all the seams and all that good shit. So if you're watching, nice job on that.
I just looked it up. Yeah, the standard has a more open mouth, and God, that thing is nightmare fuel.
It's what?
Nightmare fuel. It's terrifying looking.
No. Ultramac Productions. Yes, we are all doing well. Thank you for tuning in, good sir. Ultramac. Yes, I would like an Ultramac large meal, please. All right. So the other thing, I still gotta put this on pre-order. So I'm a little slacking in this department. But this is the next figure in the Toho Maniacs line, at least that I know I'm getting, is a Dr. Serizawa. I guess if I knew this was coming out before the Defo Real, I probably would have passed on the Defo Real. But these figures of Serizawa and the Toy Graph versions behind me somewhere these are the only ones in existence. I could be wrong. Maybe it is an Iroquois cast or something. I don't know. But these ones are the most accessible ones for collectors to get on release. So it's an underrated. It's not something that we see. It's more unique, even the Matango. So why not? So I'm going to pre-order that one. And that's all I have on pre-order and looking forward to just to, just sum up how I've been collecting the past couple years. If it doesn't wow me, I'm not getting it. I was at a point where I had so many goddamn X Plus figures, everything that was crammed onto the shelves, I just couldn't appreciate what I had. I was like, you know what? I'm going to sell off the stuff that just doesn't wow me. Godzilla Man, do you want to add bacon to yours? Yeah, you could add bacon to yours. Look at your bacon McFinal meal.
You sold off all your doubles and all that stuff.
Right? Yeah. I think the only figures that I have doubles of now is the 54 30 centimeter. I have the color version and I have the black and white version.
Oh, that's a good one to have doubles of.
But I sold off pretty much all the doubles. 54. No, I sold off all the doubles. There's just why.
I got your Megalon in my collection now.
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
I needed that Megalon forever. So
correct me if I'm wrong.
The 25?
Yeah. Did they reissue that, or did it got canceled? Did it not?
Wait, Diamond. The 25 cent.
Did
Diamond do that?
They were supposed to reissue it, but I think they stopped.
I stopped with the 30s and started doing the 25s because I don't have enough space.
I think there were a couple of things. They were supposed to do Kamunga as well, but then that got canceled. Diamond lost. What was the deal? Did Diamond lose licensing? What was the reasoning for it? Did they just get bored? I mean,
I don't know the details. I don't know the facts. It just
you're Mr. Fresh Vinyl. You should know everything.
No, I don't, because I don't really care these days, and that's a fact. No, but what I think is that we saw. Look, Mondo's on the scene. There's Playmates is on the scene. There's all these different companies that are now doing different, or doing Godzilla figures. So maybe they just lost the licensing. I don't know.
Bandai's kicking ass again. I mean,
Bandai's doing figures clearly, like we've seen the past couple years. So
for a while, but now they're kicking ass.
Anyway, so that's what I got. Look forward to. So I got review to do on Matango, Defo Real Sarzawa, and clearly the 3 figures I have in pre-order. I'll knock those out when I get them in time. And I'm just, again, collecting only what wows me. If it doesn't knock me on my ass, then I'm not getting it. I'm still waiting on, it's going to go right over here. Envision a 3-foot Godzilla 89. It's been a long...
Oh, that thing?
6 fucking years. The Kyoto 89. I'm waiting for it. It's in Vegas. I want my fucking Godzilla. Where is it? I'm coming for you, Steve. I'm coming. But yeah, so that's all I have to look forward to. And I'm completely content with that. I got other things I want to do. I want to get some landscape lights for my walkway, okay? That's important. That's going to be about probably $500.
Yeah, dude.
Landscape lights.
I need to get some lights for my shelf because, I mean, God, they're shadowed by each other. Like the shelves above the other ones, you can't really see the figures too well. I was thinking about getting some lighting for that.
Oh, Sam.
I know, I'm terrible. That or getting glass shelves because they just pop out.
Glass is nice.
Like getting custom glass, like the exact dimensions of the ones that already exist, and putting glass ones in their place with the same frame that already exists, but just glass shelves.
Yeah, we're gonna turn one of the bays of our garage into an office. So yeah, things.
All right, next topic. We're into the next topic. There's a new Kong movie. All I know is that I don't really, Sonic Kong. I don't really know jack shit about it other than, the MonsterVerse is going to continue with a Sonic Kong movie. If either of you guys got info.
How? Where's the female Kong? Okay. I don't know.
He's like Jurassic Park. He just naturally reproduced Kong.
Life finds a way, I guess.
Yeah.
I like Kong. I like the legendary Kong. I think he's cool. I think the legendary Kong's cooler than the legendary Godzilla, and I like the legendary Godzilla. But you can do more with Kong.
Yes,
I think give him personality and stuff. Because he's
more relatable.
Yeah, he's anthropomorphic, so he's more suited for, actually giving a shit about him as a character, as a thing. I don't know. Do you think they'll ever do another Godzilla movie?
Old man Richo.
Well, I mean,
there's also that like Monarch TV series that we're supposed to be getting
on Apple TV.
Yeah, I read Kurt Russell may be lined up as
that'd be great.
Yeah, because he's awesome. He does everything he does.
Yeah, fuck you too, and he throws the thing.
Yeah,
what a fucking name, Eddie Teabag Your Girl. Fresh, absolutely.
Oh my god, that's so good. I almost spit my drink out. Jesus, that's funny.
Yeah, I don't really know talk about Kong versus Godzilla. I mean, because
sorry.
Yeah, I mean, Kong versus Godzilla was actually, I thought it was pretty freaking cool. So if they want to keep doing Godzilla and Kong movies, more power to them. They're fun. They're not going to replace the originals, and that's fine. They're not trying to replace the originals. They're good. They're fun, stupid popcorn movies.
Indeed. That's anybody getting the new X Plus? The Godzilla 2021 just came out, but what about the Kong? Anybody getting those, or did anybody pre-order those? No.
I should get a Kong because I don't have any legendary Kongs. But
he's very just kind of bland. He doesn't look very. He's just kind of like standing there, kind of holding the axe, like kind of hung over, and just like he doesn't really look. It'd be cool if he was dynamic, but he's just kind of like. Yeah, whatever. I got next.
Well, if you want a smaller scale Kong to scale with your Bandais or whatever, YMSF is doing a 62 and a King Kong Escapes. What is that? 67.
I have the 70 or 62. I have the YMSF 60 or what Raymundo is what they called it. It was like a off branch of YMSF. I have that. And I have the Bandai 6-inch of the.
Their stuff is nice and it's not expensive, and you can. You reach out to him on Instagram or Facebook or whatever, or he'll ship it directly to you. He's really easy to work with.
Oh yeah, I bought from him recently. I got the Ebira from him in last year. just
Yeah.
contact him through Instagram and say, like, see what's available, and he'll immediately work with you, and you can get what you want. He's cool. He's great.
Yeah, I bought 3 unpainted Godzillas from him, just because I wanted to airbrush them, just because I'm trying to get, better at doing that, and it's fun to do. And I'm just gonna do them I'm not gonna do them realistic colors. I'm just gonna do them kind of kooky. But
you like kooky stuff? I can't tell.
Yeah, they were like $40 each. So, I mean, you're not beating that, No.
But yeah, for me, I don't really know much about the new upcoming thing either, because there's not much information going out there. We just know that Son of Kong is coming, but other than that, the same director that did Godzilla vs. Kong is going to be coming back to do it. But other than that,
yeah, which is surprising too, kind of.
No details, just that it's a thing and it's in production, and y'all better be happy or else.
Here's my thought process: is possibly Legendary may be doing something in line with how the MCU is doing it with Disney Plus shows. So we got a Kong movie on the horizon, what it seems like, and then a Godzilla show on Apple TV. So they may be trying to, follow that similar format, movies and TV shows. I don't know, but if Kurt Russell's joining in, what's he going to be, like a monarch?
He's going to be the little girl's grandpa, maybe.
A what?
He's going to be the little girl's grandpa.
What little girl?
11.
Millie Bobby Brown.
Oh.
I'm just kidding. I'm making shit up. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just saying.
I don't know.
I wonder if that Kong movie will even... it might go straight to streaming. I mean, who knows? At this
the way things are going now, yeah, probably.
But it seems like Greg Betters just said, I don't think it's just a hunch, it's just a vibe, because clearly what MCU is doing with their TV shows, they got their TV shows and then they're connecting, tethers to the movies. Clearly we had WandaVision. Now she's, picking up right out after that into Doctor Strange coming out in 2 weeks. Loki, so it's a
Loki, Winter Soldier.
Clearly Kevin Feige, that guy has got his shit together. He knows what he's doing when it comes to the MCU, and he's been doing it for what now? 14 years, give or take.
2008 was when Iron Man came out.
So it's just a matter of time, clearly, before other franchises and movie studios start replicating and copying that format. It works.
Star Wars is doing it already too.
Exactly, Star Wars on Disney Plus with the shows and the and whatever movies are going to come. But we'll see. So I mean, I'm excited. Just. I had with Godzilla vs. Kong, I have no expectations, because I just like going into things with no expectations. Because in today's day and age, it seems like you go into something with expectations and then you get everybody pissing and moaning on social media. That's not what I wanted. Well, shut the fuck up. Take your money, take your whole savings account and go start your own fucking production company. Make the movie.
Make your own damn movie. Let's see how good you do.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous.
I absolutely agree with what David said. He said that the Monster vs. Kong was the best out of all of them. Skull Island was really damn good. I loved that movie, the actors and actresses in it, and Kong was more related. I mean, they focused on him and Godzilla vs. Kong more than they did Godzilla. And he was. I like Kong. He's a really cool monster. And
Godzilla was the villain in Godzilla vs. Kong, which is
for a little bit.
Well,
whoa! I hear.
I mean, really, kind of for all. I mean, he's a dick the entire movie. At no point is he not an asshole. Which is cool. I like that. He should be.
He's always been that way. He's been that way since 1954. Even if he's friendly, he's still a dick. Godzilla versus Megalon, he cold cocked him with his double-footed tail slide. I mean, that was a dick move.
You're a dick move.
I know.
All right, moving on. Let's move on to. Actually, this is probably. I'm definitely not prepared for this topic, but Gigan's 50th anniversary this year.
Why are we talking about that? That's so stupid.
Yeah, that movie.
All right, moving on to Shin Ultraman.
Cool.
Gigan is so great. But it makes me happy that it's getting love from Toho and just the general fandom. It's because it's so good. I mean, and it's not really good, but it's just so fun and so dumb, and
that's what makes it good. Is that it's not. It's so bad. It's good. It's one of those situations.
Yeah, and I understand. I'm watching it through rose-colored glasses at this point because it was on almost every weekend when I was a little kid. And it was the first one that I ever bought on VHS. And It's definitely not a good movie, but it's super entertaining. Like if I'm going to watch a Godzilla movie 9 times out of 10, it's either going to be that one or one of the other 70s movies. I'm not going to compare it to the better movies, the original movie and the 60s
the original Monster Zero.
Yeah, but I mean, it's so good, and Gigan's such a cool monster, and I love the whole that it's basically just a live action manga. I think that's cool. The villains are just like super stereotypical, like comic book mustache twirling villains. I love that movie. So
it could have been made by the same people that did Dragon Ball Z, and it could have been a good stupid film.
Yeah, and I was saying before the show, I bought those a couple of shirts that they've just released. I bought the Godzilla Tower, and I forget what it says on it. It's like come to children's land where you can find perfect peace or something on the front of it. And it's got a picture of the Godzilla Tower. And then I bought the one that's like the manga drawing of Godzilla and Anguirus talking with the word bubbles.
Right. Let's see. Somebody tagged me in a post with those. I was trying to see how many. There's that like really cool, crazy artwork one that's, let's see. I did not. You'd think that I would have. Yeah, I love Gigan. I grew up, even though Mechagodzilla was my first, Gigan is. I just love that movie. It has the coolest villain in I think in like all of Godzilla history. It's such a unique, and he draws Godzilla's blood. It's one of the longest fight scenes in any Godzilla film, and it's so kooky and stupid that it's just a lovable film. You're right. It's a great thing to put on in the background while you're like working on something else in your bedroom or your living room, and just the dialogue, the characters, the setting. The only down part about it is, the using stock footage over and over again. But that kind of adds to the stupidity and lovability of it. Is that the stock footage is like,
I mean,
it's so dumb. Why did they do that? But cool.
Yeah, the suits are falling apart like blatantly in certain scenes. You can see the rubber falling off the Godzilla suit in some scenes. Like it's so cheaply made, but it's Mr. so funny. It has all those great little lines, the cigarettes, they're for you.
Cigarettes. They're for you.
He must have thought it was a gun, and you cheeky pig. So
you're a foul bitch.
Yeah,
you're a hard bitch. I was like,
hard
bitch.
Which they showed on TV when I was a kid, which is crazy. That they didn't cut that out when I was on TV when I was a kid.
That's like the scene in Godzilla versus Megalon when they're in the truck and there's those nudie pictures behind the cabin.
Yeah. I didn't see that when I was a kid on VHS. You did not see that. It was when I got on
looking
DVD.
for it. We weren't. I wanted some titties in a Godzilla movie. Ooh, come on.
It was surprising when I did see it on DVD. I was like, "Whoa, there's a hello."
Well, what's surprising about watching that movie on DVD is how like unbelievably pretty it and like the colors are all pop and like you watch that movie on TV growing up as a kid or on VHS. When you bought it on VHS, it was pan and scan. It looked like shit. And like same with the Gamera movies, like all the old Gamera movies, when you would watch them as a kid, but you watch them on Blu-ray, they're crazy. They look so nice. So that's not something that most people think about, but you grow up, the movies that we grew up with on TV and on VHS are not what we have now, which is crazy.
No, it's almost more fun to watch those and like the stupidity of VHS and like the weird dubs and the horrible the digital quality of everything. But that's all in our memories now. Gigan wise, so they're giving him a lot of love for his 50th.
Sam, are you getting that new T-shirt?
I need to get one. My problem is I'm losing weight at a random rate. So every time, like if I get a T-shirt that fits me now, a year from now, it won't fit me anymore. And so I don't know. I need to get, maybe to motivate myself even more, I should get one smaller than I am.
I was going to say, just order one now, in your proposed goals.
Yeah. But what Brian's, I'll do it. I would love to get the Children's Land one that Brian was talking about. I do like the speech bubble ones because that's classic to Godzilla vs. Gigan. But then I also like that crazy artwork one where Gigan's in the center and it's just like a crazy mayhem of Godzilla versus Gigan-ness.
I thought that one was fucking awesome, except there's no Anguirus on it. I'm like, the fuck?
There's his blood on Gigan's chest thing, so that counts, right?
No, we don't.
But
Sam,
yeah, so
wait. Let's go into what is your favorite Godzilla versus Gigan collectibles?
Oh, hang on. Oh, okay. We're gonna do that.
Yeah.
Hang on.
yeah, I got a few. Well, the poster for one, like I was just screaming and yelling about. And then the original 25 centimeter Gigan that we got back in whenever it came out. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And my number one prized possession, the Marmot kit, Godzilla 1972, that is the only figure that I had signed by Haruo Nakajima himself. Last Portrayal is the King of the Monsters, my favorite suit. I got it signed by him. When Anime Boston, when we all came up to see you.
Yeah. You didn't come up to see me. You came to see Nakajima Takarada, bitch.
I came to see you.
Well, fair enough. You let us put your balls in our mouths that weekend, so it was great.
That was an epic weekend.
Oh yeah.
Brian, what do you got?
I'm not gonna run across the room to get it. I think the Giga Brain Gigan, which I think you have on. Yeah. Did I say Giga Brain? Yeah, Giga Brain.
Giga Giga, Giga, whatever.
Yeah.
Do you have the blood spray version?
No, I have the more suit accurate colored one, but I think that
Yep.
sculpt wise, that's probably the coolest. I mean, the X Plus obviously is the most realistic one, but yeah, that one. And then I have the glowy Marmot.
Ooh, that is a grail for me. I want that.
So great. And then the black and silver Marmot, which is also great. They look nice next to each other.
Black and yellow, black and yellow.
Yeah, so they're really nice. And then the Vinyl Paradise one's cool too. It's kind of cartoony and goofy looking, but
where's
the two Marmot
yellow one?
Who, mine?
Yeah. Did you sell that?
I sold that guy a while ago. Yeah,
I remember that one. That was really nice.
Cool. Yeah. So yeah, this one's
that's so bad.
Yeah, this is a good one. I got this guy for a steal too. I can't imagine what he would go for now.
The Parababy, that's another great one that I got.
I have the Parababy. He's awesome.
With the little mini flying guy again, that's great.
Yeah, yep, I have that one. So yeah, and then obviously the X Plus is awesome. It's got the little light up feature.
Yep.
Do you have the very original one where you have to take his head off, or you got the one with the plug in the back?
No, I have the one that plugs into his heel.
All right, mine. I'm gonna start off with the Popey Gigan from 1970s.
Yeah, I need to get a Popey.
I love the Popey figures. You know, I have I got the other 5 back here, right here, where Rodan, Baragon, Godzilla, Mecha Godzilla. You know, so that lineup of these Popey figures, I want more Popey. It's just, I just haven't got on that, Yahoo Japan and started hunting. So hunting for me right now is kind of on the back burner, but I love the Popey lines. Getting this figure, I actually bought this at, I think G-Fest 2013 it was either, I can't remember now. I think it was James Bond or Mike Johnson. I don't remember. It was one of the two of them. But it's just an awesome piece, and knowing that I got a figure that existed before I was, born, that just, that's really cool. So definitely one of my favorite Gigan figures. But my ultimate favorite Gigan figure is the Blood Spray Giga Brain. This figure originated, it was in the factory when they were making the red and the black one. One of the coworkers that was working there, he caught his finger on one of the machines and his blood got sprayed all over the Gigan.
Unfortunate.
I'm so kidding. So kidding.
That's a great.
You that off so good. I thought you were telling the truth. Damn.
I actually said this in my review like 10 years ago, whenever the hell I did it. No, but this figure, I love this figure, simply because the colors pop, with the blue and the black. It looks awesome. But the end of that blood spray, boom, it really gives it a unique look to it. I actually thought Mike Russo had this figure because I remember seeing his shelf in his last collection room. He had all these Gigan Giga Brain figures lined up.
He's every single one of them, I thought.
Not anymore. There's so many now, but
that is true.
At one point, he definitely had them all.
No, but I went on Yahoo Japan when I learned how to use Shopping Mall Japan when that was a thing, and I was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna go look for this Giga Brain Gigan figure." lo and behold, it was there. So I did a click buy, and I've had this since 2013. Absolute favorite. And now that I'm thinking about it, if I ever get the chance to see Satsuma again, I'm going to have him autograph this one. Boom.
That is one thing I need to get done too. I don't have. I haven't met Satsuma in person at all, and Gigan being my big thing. I would love to get him to sign something Gigan related.
Shame.
Me and Rich got really drunk with Satsuma at a hibachi place.
Oh man, he was
awesome.
He's
Satsuma was not used to. It was a BYOB place, and I get the impression when Satsuma and those guys all drink, they drink like Miller Lite or Bud Light or whatever, and we had Golden Monkey.
Yeah. I remember.
Like 9.5%, and I gave him one.
It's a hefty beer.
Yeah, we were feeling good, and we got him every time the hibachi chef would make the flames shoot up off the grill. We would all scream Nakano. Because Nakano would do the special effects in the 70s where everything just constantly exploded. Every time he did that, I was like, Nakano, and so we started yelling it.
So funny.
That was a good night.
Y'all had your own drinking game.
That was a good night.
That's great.
If I could do it quickly, but I know I have pictures on Facebook from that. That was a good time. That was a good time.
Yeah, dude. He is so fun to hang out with, and he's like the nicest guy. He
seems like a party animal for sure.
He's just
very humble.
He loves life.
Yeah,
that's great. Most Godzilla actors and actresses are. They're very humble and just the best people you could ever interact with.
All right. Next topic: Shin Ultraman. Brian, what do you got?
It looks cool. If it isn't nonstop meetings and like watching C-SPAN with monster footage added in from time to time, it'll be awesome. Yeah, it looks like they're treating it almost kind of comedically. It's hard to judge it because it's not obviously it's not subtitled. It's all in Japanese, but it doesn't. I don't get the impression it's super serious. I mean, what do you guys? Did you see from the trailer? The trailer I saw doesn't make it look super serious, does it?
What about you, Sam? Did you see it?
Reading it wrong? Like I didn't think it looked super serious. I think it looks cool. I think the effects look cool. Like when he shoots his whatever that thing his swat. Across
swat.
Everybody get muted.
Yeah. So it looks cool. I'll watch it. If I doubt it'll get a theatrical release, but I'll buy the Blu-ray or whatever, or whatever it is. But I am in the minority. I feel like that don't think Shin Godzilla is the end all be all of Godzilla movies. So hopefully it's better than Shin Godzilla.
As David just said, I'm going to quote Nev.
Yeah, please don't suck. Yeah.
Sam, did you see the trailer? I know you're not really big into Ultraman, which is sad.
I have not seen the trailer. I know it exists. Just like
check it out.
Like with Ultraman itself. Yeah, I know it exists, but I haven't ever really dove into it. You bought me those DVDs years ago.
Dude, you gotta watch it, man. I'm telling you.
Well, now it's all on Blu-ray. I went to Best Buy the other day. I saw a whole Blu-ray collection.
You got to at least watch the original series Ultraman because it's awesome. I mean, all the other stuff.
I got through maybe 10 episodes of the first series, and then
it's so good.
Dropped off for no reason. I know that I've seen stills from the trailer, like people take epic stills of the monsters and like super awesome action scenes from it. I have not watched the trailer itself, so I am in the minority in that account. So what is wrong with me? A lot, yeah.
Clearly. All right.
Well, yes, to bring back a beloved. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
To bring back a beloved fandom like that into the Shin universe, since we got Shin Godzilla, now let's bring on Shin Ultraman. Sure, why not? And okay, now I'm done.
Good. Shut up. No. Definitely check out the show, the original show. I only watched it for the first time probably in 2014. Bought the DVDs, same set that you have, and I felt like I was watching a lost Showa movie because it's nonstop from what was it, 1966? Was it that whole year?
Just the 66. I think it was just for the year because
David's watching, so definitely throw that.
Oh, he'll clue us in.
Tidbits in. But watching the original Ultraman show, I felt like I was watching a lost show film. There are so many episodes that like really hit the heartstrings to me that I was like, oh my God, this is adorable. It's fun. It's entertaining. It's got, they were like 30-minute episodes, but they're so enjoyable. A couple that pop off the mind is the Gigango episode, Sibozu, the very first episode with Bemlar. And there was another handful, which was why when it came to the X Plus figures, I only kept the kaiju from the episodes that I enjoyed the most. But,
did you not get them all though? Did you after you get the whole lineup?
I went stupid, and I blamed G Okamoto from X Plus because when we were in Japan, went to Osaka, went to the X Plus office. He gifted us, which was very generous of him. And he handed me 2 Ultraman figures, and I'm like, I told him, you don't know what you just did, but part of me thinks he knew what he was doing. Let's give this idiot some Ultraman figures. He'll start reviewing them, and then they'll start selling more.
That's great.
It's just a theory. No, but so as far as Shin Ultraman goes, it has, for me, it feels like it's got a modern day classic show Ultraman vibe with today's era. So again, like Brian had said, the trailers and it's not subtitled. I think the effects look really good. I don't, when it comes to Japan, when it comes to Toho and, Subaraya, my expectations are not that of what we would, what we see in the legendary, Monsterverse or a Hollywood movie. I don't expect that. Just give me a good fucking kaiju related material and I'm happy. So if we even got like Suitmation back, I'd be happy.
Oh, I was about to say, I haven't watched the trailer. Is there Suitmation going on with this, or is it all digital again?
Honestly, I haven't done any research, but from what it looks like from the trailer, it kind of looks like a mix of both, more or less.
Yeah.
Like maybe like they're in suits, but they put a digital overlay or like a.
Yeah, I mean, but it looks good. I mean, it looks entertaining. That's the most important part. I mean,
if they're not suits, they've gotten way better with their CGI.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, honestly, like if they did suits, I'd be, fuck yeah, let's bring on the suits. Like, why not? I prefer
them to look like suits, honestly.
Yeah,
that's the best way to do it because it brings the limitation of actual human movement to a monster, which is real. Like when you do CGI, it's like, well, he can do anything.
Thirsty for chicken. I've got a broken fill right here for you.
Womp, womp, womp.
Thirsty for chicken. That's my cock. His neck is broken. Thank you.
Why'd you break your cock?
So Shin Ultraman, it looks cool. I need to get more involved in a lot of things that I've just not been paying attention to. So
how dare you?
Yeah, shameful. Other things going on. But yeah. All right. Next topic. Okay, so this is definitely a topic that I wanted to talk about. It's not any kind of collectible related. So I'm a big Warzone player on Call of Duty, PlayStation 4.
PlayStation.
Yeah. Fuck Xbox, bro. But it was rumored for months, and now all of a sudden, we got Godzilla and Kong are coming to Warzone, Call of Duty Warzone, Vanguard, whatever you want to call it. May 11th. The Call of Duty social media apps have been teasing Godzilla and Kong. It started off with a minute and a half trailer that, with the whole, it was like basically a whole Call of Duty thing vibe until the very end of the trailer. They open up this, a cargo truck or whatever, and there's this device in there that's got like some weird radio frequency going, and then you hear this radio frequency chirp twice, and it's followed by Godzilla's roar. Subtly in the background.
Teaser?
It's a teaser. It was a teaser. So they were actually using the Orca frequency you hear chirp twice from Godzilla King of the Monsters, followed by Godzilla's roar. And then there was like another teaser in the past week where, it's like a handheld camera footage type thing that's inside of a mine, inside of the main mountain on the Caldera map, for those that have played it. And then like it caves in, and somebody's panicking. These giant skeletons, what looks like skull crawlers, are going to be added to the map. And then most recently, I think it was like 3 or 4 days ago, trailer shows, we got this old school, I don't know the type of plane, military plane flying low, gets grabbed by Kong. Kong throws it to the fucking
I saw
ground.
this one.
He starts, the camera pans around Kong, and then you see Godzilla coming from the fucking ocean. Then Godzilla surfaces and everything, and they fucking lunge at each other, and it stops right there. So how this is going to interact with Warzone. I've been playing Warzone for fucking 2 years now, with a group of friends, one buddy that lives close and a couple guys out in California. And I'm fucking ecstatic, like, just to see how they integrate Godzilla and Kong, even if it's in like the background of the map happening, but like hearing rumbles or roars or whatnot.
Yeah.
I'm excited. It's just, I think it's cool that, they're getting that kind of exposure in this fashion, like I remember talking with my buddy Rob. I'm like, yo, wouldn't it be dope if like Godzilla and Kong were like fighting? I literally said this like a year ago, and here they are, so Eric Glasgow's in the house. You're sorry for being late.
Get out.
You were out to dinner?
Who eats?
Yeah. Out to dinner. We're going to have a conversation about
Jessica made a good point saying that there's some great motion capture in there for, like, I'm assuming the trailer. When I saw stills for the trailer, I was like, is there a new Godzilla thing I don't know about? Because I was, did I miss part of the movie that I don't recognize? Like the stills of like most of the Kong and stuff. It's really good. It looks good.
For what? Were you talking about for Warzone?
The trailer, yes, for Warzone with the way
Godzilla.
She was probably talking about motion capture for the Shin Ultraman. My bad.
Yeah,
but for Warzone, the trailer for it looks epic. Just to see like different, just random, just new scenes of Godzilla and Kong interacting with each other. And have you seen the stills, like the maps and stuff that have been posted online? I think there's a skull crawler skeleton, like in a desert map or something. I don't play Warzone myself.
Well, it's going to be on the main Warzone map, Caldera. Caldera, it's like a jungle map, more or less. It's kind of like Skull Island. So my thought process is that they're just going to integrate the island as maybe an entryway to Hollow Earth, because much like Skull Island was, with those
right,
so it makes sense. It's kind of like a Pacific-based island, very much similar in some fashion to Skull Island. Whatever, right? It's gonna be fucking fun.
What you left out that there's more pics of. Basically, they're integrating like new skins for people, like the characters you play as.
Godzilla, Kong, and Mechagodzilla.
Yes, they have a Mech. I didn't know they were doing Mechagodzilla until just the other day. I saw pics of him. So yeah, basically, I think for Kong, it's like a hood and then a Kong mask, and Godzilla, it's like a Godzilla, and the eyes and the mouth are lit up with blue. Yep. So they just have like Godzilla themed suits for the characters themselves, and then the maps are like all MonsterVerse themed, which I'm excited for you since you're very adamant about this game and you play this. So for you to be excited about something that Godzilla related and something that's not Godzilla related, brilliant, booyah!
Yeah, I mean we're taking for me at least, it's taking two things that I enjoy passionately and mashing them together. I'm like mind blown, mind melt, because well,
Brian, you've been awfully quiet.
Yeah, I played Mega Man 2 today on my Nintendo. I'm actually building a little retro gaming area next to my bar here in the Godzilla room. It's I found
very cool
an old CRT Sony, I think it's a 27-inch Trinitron. Weighs about 380 pounds.
I don't know what that even is.
It's a big old TV, man, that you need for retro gaming.
A big boob. Well, dude, I have an OG Xbox right here, and I got a converter for it where you can hook an HDMI cable to it, and I do video game streams of that every so often.
Yeah. I'm kind of into the whole retro gaming thing now, but yeah, that looks cool. I mean, I haven't played a Call of Duty game in forever, but it does look pretty awesome. It would be really cool if they did it in a way. Did you guys ever play Earth Defense Force? Remember those games?
They were back. Familiar.
They were like Xbox. They were probably on the 360. But there was like
360.
The first one was a 2-player game. The second was a 4-player game. But you were basically like in these were basically like super soldiers, and you ran around fighting giant.
What's it called again? I'm
bugs,
gonna look it up.
Giant bugs, giant whatever. It was like an alien invasion plot, and they were giant ants and giant spiders. Whoa! Hey,
The hell was that?
That was a prequel.
oh. So yeah, if it was like that, and you were running around fighting skull crawlers or whatever with Godzilla and Kong interacting in the background, it'd be cool.
Again, what was it called? I'm gonna look it up. It sounds very familiar.
Earth Defense Force. They're cool. That's my take on it. I have a
Right.
PS4.
Again, I don't know much because I don't play Call of Duty myself, but I've seen the clips and the trailer. It looks great for people that are excited about it. Yeah, that's awesome for people that love Call of Duty.
Yeah, a bunch of the guys I work with all play Call of Duty, and they were talking about it yesterday. So it's cool because they're not Godzilla or Kong fans, but they were pretty excited about it. So that's cool.
That's a neat way to push that on people that don't know about it, though. Like people that are Call of Duty is huge, so to push like some Godzilla stuff on these Call of Duty fans. That's kind of neat. It might open their eyes to something new. Who knows? More fans. We're recruiting more and more as time goes by. We're going to build a Godzilla army.
Honestly, like that is a cool topic. Maybe for the next episode of Fresh Final Life is kaiju video games. Either a pre-recorded episode.
Yeah. I joked about playing Mega Man 2 today, but I actually like an hour before we hopped on here just a veg for a little bit. I was actually playing the original Godzilla NES game, which I used to love as a kid. It doesn't hold up great, but it's still pretty fun.
Yeah.
So I played through the first. I played through the first level with the Godzilla and Mothra.
I played the shit out of that game. I'm gonna hold my thoughts for a future topic on that.
That's what I did for Gigan's 50th. I played Godzilla Save the Earth as Gigan. I did a stream for that. Rich, you were there. You were commenting like crazy.
That's a great.
I think I was at work, clearly being very productive.
You were watching me. That's productive.
Yeah. I was doing.
You're learning things. You're learning how Gigan can fight random monsters that he was never in movies with. That's learning. Come on.
All right, we're 43 minutes over because I really wanted to keep this to an hour, but that's okay.
All right, well, dude, so we got three Godzilla dudes in the same room. How are we going to keep ourselves?
It's all good. All right, so we want to take some questions from those that are watching for the next, 15 minutes, give or take, or whatever. So if you got questions, throw them in the comments section, and we'll just take hot takes off of the questions. But we will.
Check out Thirsty for Chicken. What they just said.
I had to leave for a minute. I had to show someone the Warzone trailer before they heard you mention it. Perfect. Yeah, like definitely. Telling you, like the trailer, it screams nothing but MonsterVerse vibes and Godzilla vs. Kong vibes. So, like I've played the game for 2 years, knowing what the gameplay is like. Throw Godzilla and Kong in it. I don't know how they're gonna do it. You play on PlayStation 4, you wouldn't know the answer. I was about to say, is it available for Game Pass on Xbox? I know it's on Xbox. It's a cross-platform game. What's Game Pass?
Game Pass is you pay $14. I hear horrible echo. You pay $14.99 a month and you get access to free games. So essentially, there are games that are that you can download onto your Xbox for free. For $14.99, and you don't have to pay for the entire game. Like go to GameStop or
they have something similar for the PlayStation too.
Yeah. I'm wondering if it's on Game Pass or not because I would love. Hell, me and you could like dive into some shit like this. I love video games. I still do it now. I do more video game stuff than I do Godzilla stuff these days. You're still muted, Rich.
Yeah, I know. I had it unmuted. With Warzone, it's a very tactical, game. Like you got to.
I played Call of Duty.
Yeah, but Warzone's completely different. It's not like a team deathmatch. It's like usually I play solos. It's me versus 149 other people on this one.
The fuck? Island.
Yeah. It's a 30-minute match, and imagine the screen that you're looking at me on. It slowly shrinks in until into one small circle, and everybody's forced to move their way in. So as you're killing and going through the match, it gets smaller and smaller. So. Lotus Driver. Warzone technically is free, but you got to pay to play online, more or less. I know with PlayStation Network, it's a $50 fee. yearly, I would imagine.
Oh,
Xbox
for like
similar.
Xbox Live, yeah.
Yeah. So,
$60 for a year.
Yeah, but I mean, I bought the game. I had Warzone when I bought Modern Warfare when they came out in 2019. So, it was included with that. So,
I love how all the questions we got going on are all about game consoles and not Godzilla.
Yeah. No, it's fine. If we ain't got questions, then we're gonna call it a night because I got things to do. Well,
yeah, I mean, like you said, if there's no questions, I mean, dude, this was good to get back into.
Yeah.
Hopefully everybody enjoyed it. We can make this a regular occurrence.
Well, hey, this was just kind of like a reintroduction. But yes, for future shows, it'd be great to have more topics to talk about and kind of more of a focused
shoot off
agenda.
messages. Shoot a message to Rich or me or Sam if you want to touch on something specific. I know we've tossed around the idea of just only talking about specific movies and the collectibles that are involved with that movie, doing things like that. I mean, there's, we could talk about video games, Godzilla, other Godzilla media, whether it's
posters would be a fun topic.
Or posters or books or
whatever. You have a ton of posters. You probably have more posters than me and Rich do, and have anybody here.
Me?
Yeah, don't you have like your stairway is lined with them?
No.
Oh, I thought I saw like Richie.
I have like Bob Eggleton art lining my stairway. I don't have.
Well, you got art. Hey,
yeah,
come on, that's a good topic.
Yeah, no, I don't really have any posters. I have two Jeff Zorno posters in my living room. I have his Godzilla versus Gigan one and his Destroy Monsters one, but they're not official posters. Obviously, they're Jeff Zorno's comic art. So
yeah,
but yeah, I
guess we don't really have. Yeah, nobody's really asked.
A long time. It's been fun to catch up, and let's
absolutely.
The goal is to keep this going. So, hopefully, that's what we do.
Yeah, and over time we can have people come in like focus on certain things. Like if we have specific topics that our expertise is in, that'd be great to have people come in and join us, just like we did with Fresh Vinyl Live in the past.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, Mr. Rich, this is your show. What do you got to say?
I mean, honestly, I don't know how deep personally. Like, I'm all for whatever we come up with. Clearly talking to Brian and Sam right now. Whatever we want to do. I don't want to take this too seriously. I want to have fun with it. The reason
I can.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't been motivated the past 2 or 3 years or whatever it's been, and I haven't been collecting as much, which is beside the point, and I'm still not going to be collecting as much, unless it's something that wows the fuck out of me. And David, yes, we're going to keep it going.
I think COVID took that out of a lot of us. I got unmotivated.
It was just I think I was just burnt out with this fandom, for many different reasons.
Well, you had a lot going on in your life. You got like Brian said, you got a new house. That's your ultimate collectible.
It's different. Like I said,
that was a distraction for the hobby.
I've got a lot of interest aside from Godzilla collecting or the fandom itself. I'm gonna be honest. Do I see myself going to G-Fest again? Not right now.
This year is not happening.
I'm not going.
This year's not happening. I'm not even thinking about next year. It's. I don't know, but maybe I'm talking right now.
It'd be great to see you guys all again. Of course,
yeah. I want to
have
see
that
everybody.
happen.
Yeah, but we don't need a G-Fest for that. I mean, there's a lot of other ways that we can.
Brian, I'm definitely going to make a trip. I'll probably go as far as maybe South Carolina. I'm not going to go to Georgia. Fuck Georgia.
West Virginia.
What the hell?
What the fuck is going on here? We have varsity. I mean, what the?
But no. So the goal with bringing Fresh Vinyl back, it's kind of could just get back to basics. I'm not looking to compete with any of the other live streams out there. Not looking.
No, we're not.
No, we're not. I want to enjoy doing this, just shooting the shit about whatever topics we come up with. Try to get some other people. Definitely want David and Kyle to come on. They were part of the very, very, very early crew of Fresh Vinyl Live.
We can have Robert come in and eat food while we're talking.
Yeah, Rob, come on. We've had a lot of people come on. Over the years. I had a Fresh Vinyl Live at G-Fest, which is fucking awesome, really, when it comes down to it.
Let's see if we can get a hold of John to bump us again.
Bumpus, yeah. Everybody, look, priorities change, our lives change, and we got all
dude,
kinds of crazy things going
nobody's
on.
in the same place they were, 3 years ago.
Nope, definitely not.
Well, that's
Yeah, Sam, I think you are.
Most people,
you're
most
rearranging your room, but that's okay.
And the thing is, and I feel like kind of the
Mom,
same.
they're saying mean things about me.
I don't want to get super in depth with stuff, but like, after a while, I don't want to be part of the dick swinging contest. And if it's not fun, then I'll take a step back. And I think for a lot of people, like collecting maybe was a whole, I don't want my entire house to be filled wall to wall with just Godzilla shit, just so I have the most Godzilla shit. You know what I mean? The fun part about the whole hobby was the friendships and not so the collecting's secondary. So it's good to get back to doing this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I miss all you guys. I miss David and Ken and, all those dudes. And the pandemic obviously made it hard for everybody to get together. But, I think within the next going forward, if it's not a G-Fest, there's lots of things, conventions and shit that we could do to meet up with people. So doing this, if it's once a month or whatever, it's good. It's all good.
Yep. Doing this is exactly like I stated from the very first episode of Fresh Vinyl Live. It's like, how do we keep the party going? So I kind of want to get back into the party more or less, within my comfort zones. I'm going to put this right out there here right now. I've said this only to a couple people, but going G-Fest, I had bad fucking anxiety going to G-Fest, especially out on the patio at the blood party or the nightly hangouts, because people were constantly coming up to me and I was like, I just couldn't fucking chill the fuck out. It's why I liked Rooming Alone.
That's why you like Monster Mania, though. I always said the best time we all had together was at Monster Mania because it wasn't a Godzilla.
It wasn't all Godzilla focused. And Godzilla fans battering you to death. It's all it's
why I like, look, I'm not gonna lie, clearly walking down from my hotel room once with Mike Drakowski with Vampire Robots. I had 2 beers in this pocket, 2 beers in that pocket, 2 beers in this hand. Going to the deals room, me and Nev were like, fuck it, Nev's drinking, I'm gonna fucking drink too. But it wasn't because I want to let's just drink, but I get fucking anxiety, and having a couple drinks calms me down, especially being stuck in the deals room for fucking 5 to 6 hours a day with every motherfucker touching every goddamn toy, spinning the arms, knocking them over. I got to put them back up because I'm anal and OCD. I want the figures looking face forward, standing upright. But I had anxiety going, or being there, and it kind of just got tedious. Eric, don't apologize. Do not apologize. It's not you.
How dare you, Rich? How dare you dump all your feelings on
us? No. But it's just, all in all, I enjoy it. But I'm thankful for the pandemic because there was no G-Fest, because I needed to check out more or less. And I needed the break. I needed, I wasn't motivated. So it was kind of like the perfect 2 storms colliding at once, but now the storms have passed, I'm refocused on my life and doing things I enjoy, be it cutting grass or doing yard work or whatever the fuck else I'm doing, motorcycle riding, whatever, because there's more to life than doing, this, but when you can enjoy it and have fun doing what we're doing, then that's where it counts. So,
yeah. It was like anxiety inducing kind of stuff. I was nervous about meeting guys because even though it was like, yes, we're it's all very relatable with all of us. I was nervous to meet you dudes. Like, oh, am I gonna get along with it? Well, not like, are they gonna like me? Am I gonna have fun with these guys? Are they gonna think that even though I'm a Godzilla fan, that I'm a cool person? You're worrying about the wrong things, man. It shouldn't be about that. You should be going to the convention and be like, fuck all you motherfuckers. You don't like Well, that's what I learned. You guys are some of the coolest fucking people I have ever met in my life. And it's not just because of Godzilla. Y'all are just cool in general because we have a slightly relatable situation going with all of us. So we just click.
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, because now I'm going into rant mode. All right, so we don't have a date set yet for May. But the plan is to do Fresh Vinyl Live once a month, live episodes. We're going to try to do some pre-recorded episodes on, topics at a shorter scale, maybe like a 30-minute mark or something, like box days. Yeah, like even if we all save a box day, we get on here, record it. That way I can make it all fancy and edit it like I love doing.
I can do that. I'd be totally down for
you're not
holding
going to do
off
it
until we all can do it.
It's on my channel, and that's what's up, bitch.
Mom, he called me a bitch.
No. But thank you everybody that tuned in tonight. Brian, Sam, thank you for joining. Getting in on this because you guys were the first two. Like I said, I'm not going to ask David. He's on that other fucking show, Collect All, whatever the fuck they call themselves. It's like a wannabe Fresh Vinyl, but they're like the John Cena of live streams. The goody two shoes bullshit. This is Fresh Vinyl Live.
Thanks for inviting us back. This was a lot of fun, and I'm so glad that you felt we were necessary.
Yeah. Well, we'll get some guests in. There's some people, like I said, that are in this comment section that we want to get on. David, Ken, Richard Cox. You're not in the comments.
Yes. Thank you to the viewers. It was so great that y'all chimed in and tuned in. And I hope y'all had fun.
Yeah. Sam, I really loved the Fresh Vinyl after hours thing we did. So we do it on our Friday night.
Let's not do it at 1 a.m. again, please.
No. Yeah. But I like
that was a lot of fun. I think was it fun?
It was fun. I had fun, but we'll keep it. It can't be 2.5 hours, and you can't be doing the.
Dude, I got up at 4. Okay, we're not going to hash.
Stop making excuses. Nobody cares about the excuses. Anyway, on that note, you guys got anything last to add?
No, man. Thanks. It was a good time. We'll do it again in a month or so.
Absolutely, yes.
Do some like pre-recorded things again if we have box days or just what have you, and. Thanks to you, Rich. Thank you, Brian. It's great. This is like the closest thing to getting to interact in person, other than actually getting to interact in person. And thank you to our viewers. Thank you for chiming in, and we'll see you on the next show. Rich Iso, this is your thing. Go for it.
And that's all I got to say about that. And remember, people, buy vinyl, Fresh Vinyl. Bam.